So today we are going to talk about Holland America. We've got a lot of news with Princess, from not being able to book cruises that we're supposed to be able to book today, to fire, to flood on their ships, to some other updates. We're going to talk for a minute about what you need to know about mosquitoes when you go to Alaska, and then finally what you need to know about Holland America's internet, their Wi-Fi, because we've got some news in from our Let's Go family member who cruises often on Holland America. I know there's a few of you, and so just some really helpful information that will really help, I think. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it's April 18th of 2023, and let's start off with Holland America because today is their 150th anniversary. Over in Rotterdam in the Netherlands today, there are lots of celebrations that Holland America is doing there to do with their very special anniversary. They are very much looking back to the history of their cruise line, seeing where they started, the different things that they have done over these last 150 years. And I really enjoy it because it gives us an idea of kind of where they've been and a little bit of where they're headed. And I love that they are still very much a traditional cruise line. I love that they have not made that leap to those gigantic cruise ships, although those do have a place. They do. But I am really glad that someone is holding on to that traditional experience, along with Cunard, just a little bit differently, but I love what they've been doing with their cruise ships. And so a couple of things on that. First of all, if you haven't been following, you probably have, but Tony with Lolita Loca has been on that transatlantic, sailing from New York to Rotterdam to celebrate that special anniversary. And so if you have not been following along, you should go take a look at his videos because we have really enjoyed taking that journey with him. And during the time that he was on the ship, he mentioned that there is a historian on board. His name, I believe, is Bill Miller, and he has been doing these enrichment lectures all about Holland America while he has been on board that, for this voyage. And then at the same time, our Let's Go family member Hetty was so kind to tell me about his books. He writes books. So when she told me about them, I went right on. I've ordered some. I'm waiting for them to come, and I will let you know about them. But I will work on getting those linked in our Amazon store because I think it is so interesting just really to look back at history and see how much Holland America has helped shape the immigration process to the United States. They had a much larger hand in it than I was aware for a really long time. And it's so interesting to learn about all this. So hats off to Holland America today. We are really excited to celebrate with you. The next thing that we need to talk about is today, April 18th, which is Tuesday. Princess is due to release a bunch of their itineraries for the Caribbean for 2024, 2025. And the thing that I wanted you to know about them is they are going on sale for Elite and for everyone else. But as you go to do that, I have some people that I should have been able to book for today, and it is not working correctly. I have called Princess about it. I have tried to use Polar Online, and I have also looked at the Princess website trying to find things, and I think that there are glitches across the board. I actually have some of people's booking confirmations that I requested last night. Probably when they come, I'm going to get 10 of each because I keep going in every once in a while and requesting another one, wondering if their system is working again. So I guess I'm telling you this so that you know that there are some glitches out there. So I will try to remember to tell you if things are going any better tomorrow, but I just think that perhaps their system is not built to support the traffic it gets. I'm not really sure. Their website has a lot of glitches all the time anyway, but it seems like it's a little bit more today. So I thought maybe some of you would also like to chime in the comments and let us know what your experience has been. I just wanted to let you know that so you don't think you're the only person having trouble. And clearly their customer service people are having trouble. I've tried to call to take care of some other things today, and the people that I have spoken with on the phone haven't been able to help. And so that's frustrating. So hopefully tomorrow things will go much smoother there. In addition to that, some news with Princess. First of all, the Ruby Princess has been sailing out of the port there in Galveston, and then she left just barely left to do her repositioning cruise, which would take her through the Panama Canal. And then later this year, the Regal Princess is going to come and sail out of Galveston there. And so once she gets done with her season in Europe, she's going to come back. Her transatlantic is going to take her right there to Galveston, and then she'll be doing some sailings out of Galveston. But the gentleman who is in charge, the director and CEO of the Port of Galveston, said that they are in talks with Princess to have a ship there all of the time, to actually homeport there in Galveston. I thought it was a kick. I got a kick out of what he said. He said Princess is a different type of cruise line. Princess prides itself in the old-time cruise ship. They bring a different type of clientele. And he also pointed out that there's like 50 million people who live within driving distance 12 hours of the Port of Galveston. So what an amazing place Galveston is for cruise ships to call, and what a great place it would be for Princess to have a ship that homeports there all of the time. So we'll be looking for news on that. I think a lot of people would really like that because it is so handy, and it gives you another option. If you're flying in, maybe you can get affordable tickets to Houston, to go there, or Dallas and drive down, something like that. But wanted to make you aware of that. Our Let's Go family member, Tom, who is so well connected to Princess, can I say that? He heard from one of his people that he's friends with, that on the Royal Princess, they had an emergency. He said last night, / early morning at about 3:15, the emergency announcement was made that there was a fire in the crew galley on deck 5. He said it woke up everybody on the ship. And about 15 minutes, though, the captain also then announced that it was a small fire and was extinguished quickly, so to please return to normal. I love that it says the person said, I just went down to the International Cafe to get something to eat because I was awake by then. And so it's I really, it's amazing how well the cruise lines do when there is an emergency on board. They've got everything in place just to know how to notify people and how to solve the problem. So that's my take-home message from this. But it's interesting to hear the things that happen. It just a heads up as to what's going on the Royal right now. They said that on the previous 5-day comedy-themed cruise, there were 4,000 passengers. Right now on board, there are 3,400 passengers, and on the 23rd, when the next sailing on the Royal Princess is, they are expecting 3,700 passengers again, which is a full ship. At double occupancy, she is full at 3,660. So clearly they're going to have a lot. And then also the person that shared this information said come early, because embarkation took them 45 minutes. They got there at 10:50, which was their embarkation time, and it was still a long wait. So if you're going to be boarding that Royal Princess and you have that, go early. So the next thing that I wanted to let you know is what's going on with the Regal Princess right now. So we've got Let's Go family members who are on a transatlantic to London, and last night they sent me this email. They ended up coming back to their cabin after dinner and the show, and they were greeted by a whole rush of water coming out of the bathroom. They said it even went out into the hallway. So they hurried up and called, and the crew members came, handled it very professionally. They couldn't tell right off why there was water coming out, but they did give them a temporary cabin and some future cruise credits and 2 specialty dinings to kind of comp them for the inconvenience of having a flood in their cabin. So I hope they let me know, like, if they end up going back to that cabin or if they end up staying in the temporary cabin for the whole cruise, because that would be unnerving to have everything wet. Because then I was also thinking that, with the way that it is on a Princess ship, the bathroom door opens up and there's the closet. And when we were there, I put our extra pairs of shoes, on the floor there under our clothing. So I was wondering, did everything get wet, or how high was the water? Just everything. So that can really be an inconvenience. So I hope that everything is dried out today. Now, another thing, I keep getting questions about the upgrade process, the bidding process to get a better cabin on Princess. So Princess will send you an email when you can bid on an upgrade on your cruise. Alrighty. Your travel advisor, when they are in Polar Online, can also select to bid on an upgrade for you if you want them to. Be aware that, like, if I click on it and it's not time yet, not close enough to the cruise to bid on that, it'll just tell me that. It doesn't let a travel advisor put in a bid sooner than you could, okay? Because there's a window that they have reserved that you can do. So first of all, you need to wait until that window comes, and then when you open it and you enter like your name and your booking number, it will let you know what the minimum bid is for the cabin that you want to bid on, right? And so two things that I want you to really remember to be aware of. So, for example, you're in an ocean view and you think you want a balcony cabin. So, first of all, look at the ship and say to yourself, are there any cabins on this ship that is a balcony cabin would be a deal breaker for me? Now, this includes things like, do I want to be under the pool? Do I want to be over the theater? All of these things. Think about this in your mind. And if you decide that any cabin is going to be okay, then you can go ahead and bid, because you cannot choose your cabin. Once you place that bid, like, they don't say, would you like this balcony? Would you like that balcony? Nope. They just assign you a balcony if your bid is accepted. The second thing is, and I know this was on our Facebook group, and I've gotten lots of emails, so here we are. The other thing that is so important to remember is when they first started this system, they would you would get an email and you could say, okay, let's go ahead and do that. Or you could say, no, thank you. Now they don't do that anymore. Like, I think it was February 20th or 26th, right around the end of February, they changed it. So once you submit your bid, if they accept it, they charge your card and you are moved. You don't get the chance to say, I've changed my mind, or see what that cabin number is and decide if you want it. Nope. You are done. So keep those two things in mind when you bid on an upgrade. I'm not trying to tell you to not bid on an upgrade. Getting a better cabin by bidding on an upgrade is an amazing way to do it. Usually you end up paying less than you would have paid booking that cabin, right? So it's a great program. But every once in a while, people are taken aback by the fact that they don't get to choose the cabin, that no longer do you have the chance to say no thank you once they accept your bid. So just remember that. But I have several people that always get a better cabin doing that. So heads up on that. And then also, a quick thing about the drinks. I know that some of the different cruise lines have different beverages available in the dining room. When I was on Holland America last year, during the time that you're sitting there eating your food, these very nice crew members would come around. They'd have a pitcher of water and a pitcher of lemonade, and you could have whichever one you wanted to drink, and you didn't have to have a beverage package, and you didn't have to pay extra for it. It was just included. Okay, and they had coffee, just regular coffee, also available for people who wanted that. And this was at the end of June last year. Now, when you're on Princess, I have not seen them offering lemonade for free. So if anyone has seen that, please put it in the comments below, because it's really good for us to all stay up to date. And the main reason I want you to know this is, if you don't get a beverage package, what can you get? They do have regular black coffee there. Some people say it's great. Some people say you can't drink it. So I have no input on that. I don't drink coffee, but like everything else, it's subjective. So, but you have that option. And I remember before COVID they had iced tea, but I don't drink that as well, so I am not certain. So maybe some of you could talk about it. I thought this would be a really good time for you in the comments to share what you have noticed you get without having a beverage package to drink when you're in the buffet. Alrighty, and I know that, like, out by the pool on Princess, of course you can ask for a glass of ice water at the bar and they'll just give you a glass of ice water. That's no problem. But yes, please share what you have noticed is included on the cruise lines, and all of the cruise lines. Just tell us. We would love to hear. And I apologize, I didn't pay enough attention on Royal Caribbean and Norwegian to tell you. I'll have to make a note and do that next time we go. Alrighty, more than one of you, has emailed me and put in the comments, how bad are the mosquitoes in Alaska? The only time that I have noticed mosquitoes in Alaska is when I book an excursion that takes me out in the middle of trees. So, for example, last year at the end of June when I was there, it was beautiful, warm weather, just gorgeous. But the only time that the mosquitoes bothered me was the day that I had the excursion that we walked through the forest to get to the canoe to go over to that Davidson Glacier. When I'm walking around in a town, when I've even gone out to the Mendenhall Glacier, it has never bothered me out there. When we went to up the Skagway on the White Pass Railway, that has never bothered. The only time that has bothered is when I had to walk through the forest. And even once we got through the forest and we were at the canoe and then in the water over to go to the Davidson Glacier, there were no mosquitoes, but there were lots walking through the trees. And so if you've got excursions planned like that, you might want to bring some mosquito repellent with you, and just then you can put a little bit on so that the mosquitoes don't eat you. I did end up with some mosquito bites because I wasn't prepared. I think the first couple of times we went to Alaska, I took mosquito repellent with me and we never needed it, and so I didn't pack it. And this last time it would have been kind of nice to have. So make your own decision there on what you think, but that is the only time in all these times of going that it's ever bothered me and that I've even noticed a mosquito. Okay. I'm trying to think. Oh, when we went out in Ketchikan, the excursions that we've done there out to Misty Fjords National Monument, and out last time when we went up another direction on the water, that didn't bother. No mosquitoes there either. Alrighty. Last thing I want to talk to you about is Holland America's Wi-Fi package. So when you go on Holland America, they have a basic Wi-Fi package, and then they have a Wi-Fi package that you can upgrade to. If you end up getting that Have It All package, the basic Wi-Fi is part of that, and then if you want the better Wi-Fi, you just pay the amount to upgrade. And the offer to do that will come up on your device when you're logging in. It will say, do you want to upgrade to the faster? And you can click yes and pay that extra amount or not. But a couple of things about it. So first of all, our Let's Go family member Carrie, who is on a transatlantic right now on Holland America, and he just went on a big long cruise, like 35-day cruise down to the South Pacific and everything. For that 35-day cruise, he only had to pay $100 to upgrade from the basic to the premium. So it's not super expensive. When I was on Holland America at the end of June last year, I didn't upgrade for the first couple of days, and then I realized I should. And so I did, and I think I want to say it was $40 for the rest of the week. And so clearly the longer cruise you get, the better deal it is. But I thought that $40 for the rest of the week wasn't bad. I think I probably upgraded on Tuesday, I think is when I did it, but that's not bad. And then how do you know if you need to upgrade? So generally you can answer your standard emails, not with huge attachments or anything, but you can check your email, send some email back and forth, and look at your Facebook, things like that. Look at your Facebook, not post long videos on Facebook. You can do those kind of things just with the basic package. When I was trying to when I was trying to do the Wi-Fi calling with Gordon with the basic package, it would drop an awful lot and it would cut out an awful lot. But once I paid for that other one, my Ring Central worked perfect, and my other Wi-Fi calling app worked just perfectly fine. It took the glitches away, and it was still really slow to upload a video. That's why I didn't get a lot of videos uploaded while I was there, but it was enough. And Carrie also said that when you are trying to watch a video and you are on Holland America, you do need to have that premium package in order for that to go smoothly. So hopefully some of that will kind of help you know what to expect. I am sure that when we go at the end of May on our group cruise, we're going to have to upgrade, because we're going to try to put up some videos just to let you know how everything is going and keep you up to date on everything that's going on in the world of cruising. And so if any of you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. I really appreciate each and every one of you who subscribes. We love having you in our Let's Go family. We share so much information here, and you are all so amazing to share your experience and information as well. I very much appreciate it, so thank you. And if you enjoyed these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? That really helps us as well. So I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.